Welcome to the channel again, Converge Collectors. Today we have EX19 in the Gundam Converge series called the Devil Gundam, or Dark Gundam, chassis JDG-00X. It says Bandai 2017 when this thing came out. I just got it because it had these crazy images where it can take its legs and turn it into like a face. It's kind of like a Transformers. It seems to be brand new. Let's take a look. Some instructions. That's not common. Looking at fandom here, this thing was originally from a TV series called Mobile Fighter G Gundam. There's also in a video game, which is this central image, and it's a highly disturbing Gundam. It was developed by scientists thinking they're going to better the world, and this thing could evolve by itself, fix itself, basically self-conscious robot, and that's why things like Terminator movies and the destruction of mankind, which will actually probably become a reality because we are dumb enough to think a machine won't kill humanoids. But they will, because humans are probably the worst thing to ever happen to the planet Earth, if you actually know anything about sustainability. Anyways, me raging on about mankind being dumb. But I'm one of them. I'm one of these morons as well. Alright, well, I'm just trying to open this thing up here. This gum is from 2017. I'm not going to eat that. If it's like maybe 2 years old or less, I'll take a chew on it. But after 2 years, I think it's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea after 1 year. So there's a lot of parts going on this one, it seems. I'll explain the directions. Let's actually raise the camera up a little bit. Get a better angle here. Take a look at this. So we can look at the parts before we put them together, so that's kind of nice. I guess I'll just start with the stand. So it goes this way. Back. I see. So there's two configuration modes, standing or this face. Let's do the face first because I'm going to permanently display it like a humanoid with legs. Alright, so the front, well, this whole top torso, I would assume this head must come off. Yes, it does. So it's a round peg and a hex hole. There's actually details behind it. That's pretty neat. And then it's like a gunmetal neck, and then we have a little green dot. It's a dome, and this blue, and everything is a matte finish color, so it looks pretty nice. And then this head here, we have a bunch of green metallic painted in there. And then the eyes are catching some light, so it's really hard to tell, but I think those are translucent. Yeah, they're clear. Very neat. Very almost invisible to tell though. They just look black now. So much shadow. Some sort of like maybe cannon details there on the head. These round recesses. Red here, a little black there. Typical molded details. No chassis on the head, no chassis numbers, but maybe somewhere else on here they'll tell you what this thing is. So naturally being round, you can pose the head wherever you want, but it seems to want to rest here because the collar, it's like recessed here. It's sitting in this little crevice. Alright, so this arm, what do we have? Some yellow thrusters maybe? There's actually grooves deep inside there. And then some yellow way deep in there as well. So a lot of deep recesses going on here. Does this articulate? No, it doesn't. It does not. Pretty plain arm actually after everything else we've seen. Okay. The back here we have 3 more of these yellow things. Not sure what significance those are, what they do, but this thing has a lot of them. Safe to assume this one goes on this side. Okay. Where's the torso? I guess it's this. Yellow spine. goes like this up in here. Okay, well, let's look at this yellow spine thing. So yeah, a lot of molded details, of course. This is all gunmetal. This is like this flat dark blue. Some more pegs. Yeah, alright. Decent enough details, I guess. Really nice details here on the back side. Good friction fit there. I'm now noticing there's some vent details up in there. Boy, what is next? Must be this. This is hard to actually figure out because I don't know if there's, I haven't seen numbers on these parts. There are numbers here, but they're not on these. So I don't know what this piece is. It's not that. Well, anyways, I'm looking at the wrong diagram anyhow. So if I look at this spine thing, why am I not seeing these? Oh, it's a whole different spine thing. That's why. I mean, this is for the standing mode. Okay, so this is for this face mode. Oh, and you can see the eyes. Really, they're clear green. You can see, very nice. That's cool. Alright, that's what I was getting thrown off. And then, yes, we have more of this blue, and then like this, kind of like a gray, but there's too much blue overspray on this side here. Alright. So now, I think this one goes up top. Up here. Okay. And then there's some other piece. This chin goes here. So that's got nice red and like gray and a black striping in there. What else is going on? There's a bunch of stuff over here. That's what's going on. So these plug in somewhere. Alright, there's two shapes here. You got an L shape here and an L shape on this one. Okay, but this must be the back side. Okay, so this goes in here. And then these thruster details. Something went awry there. Oh, put that in upside down, my bad. So these hoses are bottoming out against this piece I just put in. And then we have these closed thrusters. And there's two different shapes for that. So that makes it idiot proof. Where's the other closed thruster here? This L shape here. So these thrusters are neat. You know, you can clearly see the thrusters in the middle, but these little like feet have a lot of molded grip details, red tips, yellow, and then grooves all around it. One of these yellow cylinders here, different sizes. This one doesn't want to stay in place. Now this one actually does have an L for left side. And then I guess the stand is meant to go up in here. But there's something, oh, the chin thing fell out. And then we have this blue piece. Looks like it's supposed to slot in here. And then the yellow, boy, this thing is just falling apart. This yellow horn goes in there. This yellow one goes in here. It doesn't want to go. The other side didn't seem to have a problem. I think there might be too much extra plastic on this, like this little flash bit. Yeah, I gotta trim this off, I think. Let me make sure on this side. See, this side was okay. This is supposed to go behind? No, it's definitely too much plastic. Yeah, hold on. Let's try. Yeah, so this piece I'm trying to put in there is way too much plastic. It's also up here. Alright, that just snapped off there. It's supposed to be a central cover. Oh, this red piece here. But then this fell off again. Very problematic, this back one. I don't understand. Oh, let's see. I was hoping if this was just deeper, it would stay in place, but I think it's because this also needs a peg. Although they still... That's the problem. They should have put the tooth on this side so they can make that deeper and then have this a recess. But because they want cavities on both of these, neither of those cavities can be deep. So they could have easily made that a better design. Oh well. You might have to put some poster putty in there to keep it all together. So you can see there's definitely a Gundam-like face here. And you got some nice vent details here. It's actually quite large. It's almost like a 144. No, it's bigger than that. It's almost like a perfect grade head. Maybe it's bigger than that even. Maybe it's like 148 scale. If you ignored this, you know, it's just as if it was a normal Gundam. Okay, I think that's pretty much that. And then the top torso thing still goes in place up here. And then the hands. So we have 4 hands, it looks like. We have those 2 hands and these 2 hands, which are very similar. So here are the 2 hands on this side. It's basically just this thumb is splayed out a little bit more. Well, I guess these are more flat and these are more curling. I guess it's better than nothing, you know, having 2 different kinds of hands. So they're not mirroring each other. But apparently I put that on the wrong side. Okay, so yeah. But now this thing again. Alright. So that's what it looks like in the strange, I don't know if this is the flying mode or something. The strange flight head bottom half mode. It's a really strange design. Look at this thing. It's got like thrusters everywhere or something. Alright, but and then I like how these antennas are coming through underneath the arms, so that's kind of neat actually. It's kind of weird there's nothing back here. Well, whatever. Okay, you've seen that. Now let's see. I'm going to take this off here. Well, I'll just put it aside. I think I'll probably need some other parts. Let's go into the standing mode. No, I am going to need some of these parts. I think this pegs into the back here. Yeah. And then these must become legs, I guess. But these feet have to come, these thruster things have to come out because there's going to be these now. Right side here. Left side here. Okay. So then this T shape here. This T one is really annoying. The L-shaped one seems to work pretty well. So nice. The feet actually sit level. I think on Gundam EM's webpage it said maybe the feet didn't sit very flat. Maybe that's a different robot. So that definitely works. And then you'll notice here this has a different blue piece. The chin piece carries it over. I guess these big antennae also carry over. That's really supposed to go in like, I guess it is. Alright. These antennae here are rigid plastic. They're not soft PVC. I feel like they're gonna break. I don't know if this is gonna fit. It feels like the groove is too small. But clearly on this directions you have these big ones going in there. Let me try to put them outside on the outside the figure again. Yeah, alright. You just gotta take the time to flex it around this thing. Let me see. They have to go in it at this angle. Makes it a little more difficult. And then that red piece is carried over. The ribbing is on the top. I see. And then you have these two really small antennas. They go into a little peg hole here. Should probably do that beforehand. But I gotta say, that doesn't make sense. This thing has like an L shape to it. This is a round hole. I don't see an L shape. So it's a little bit confusing. This definitely belongs here. Then this red has this L shape here. So that's all good. So where else could this L shape possibly go? Right? It has to go here, according to that diagram. Or does it belong on the top of the... Oh, my bad. It belongs on the top of this thing's head. I don't know if it's because this figure is pretty old. All the vinyl maybe shrank a little bit. It feels like a lot of the pieces are really hard. They're not soft anymore. Or they seem harder than other Gundam Converge figures. Alright, so, I guess that's supposed to be how it goes, but I can't peg this in now. Again. Okay, boy, what a confusing bit. So essentially the differences are the feet, right? In flight mode, they're in flight mode. This one blue piece is different. I don't know why they had to make this a different piece from the other one, but they did. The hands, obviously, they can go in either way. So these are the only extra parts I see besides the stand and this other torso. But right now, as it is, it looks like it'll just stand on its own. And I guess I gotta get up on the spin thing. And then be mindful, there might be some extra plastic flash that you're gonna have to snip off. Alright, I think with some paint washes, well, maybe not paint wash, just some black details in the vents would be nice. Although I'm gonna avoid these round things. I don't think, like in some of the grooves there, they're just too shallow. You're not gonna be able to get black paint in them very well, so I'm gonna avoid those. Alright, we'll show off a couple other big Gundam Converges. So I have the Perfect Zeong, a relatively recent release. And then I also have a Nightingale, although it's missing some parts. Look at this thing, it's so big it's can't even spin around. Alright, so yeah, some larger Converge figures. Here's just a standard GM Converge figure, so you get an idea, you know, what you're paying for, because these do cost considerably more than a regular Converge figure. But they also obviously come with a lot more plastic, so I guess it's justified, maybe? I don't know, what do you guys think about the prices of these larger figures? Well, I like them nonetheless. I'm not going to get all of them because space is a concern, just the funkier designs, which definitely these three are unique enough that I like them. Alright, let's let this guy spin on its own here. Deserves its own spin time. Look at those feet, really weird. So Gundam, you know, whoever's designing these things, they must have tons of people working there at Bandai designing Gundams. So no credit goes to individual people, I don't think. But this is a cool one. It's a really unique character. Even if the legs didn't fold into like a head, just looking at it like the way it is now, it's a unique robot. So I like it. All right, well, thank you for watching today, and I'll see you in the next Converge video.